Morning again. It is nice to be with all of you today and in this space as we close in on Thanksgiving break, now just 2 days away. It is perhaps cliche to underline how thankful we are with Thanksgiving approaching, yet I do find myself awash in thought about all that has felt good and gone so well since some of you first moved into your dormitory rooms 11 weeks and 2 days ago. The uninterrupted stretch of time from the opening of school to Thanksgiving break is the longest one of the year, even longer than our sprint through April and May following spring break. And while this break is shorter than our time away from school over the winter holidays and then through the better part of March, I've long felt it is the most important break of the year. We work hard in all kinds of ways through the fall. And if you're feeling in need of a semi-collapse of some sort next week, that would be due to all you have put into getting this year off to such a great start. So I begin today feeling thankful for your deep engagement in all that you do. Way back when we began this school year in chapel on September 5th, I spoke about engagement and belonging and mattering. And it is my view that your engagement with what is on your plate, your generosity with gifts and talents you possess, and your investment in the parts of school life you're passionate about feed the degree to which we all feel a sense of belonging and mattering as part of this community. We all have something to do with the experience we have together, and the more mindful and intentional we are with regard to this notion, the more included we all come to feel. Much of this feeling depends on how often we show up for one another when we're not required to do so, how often we choose to be with one another at a game or a concert or a play or a club meeting or a casual dormitory conversation or at a dining hall table we don't ordinarily sit at. I suspect there might be a tendency to think that just one of us can't positively impact the experience for all of us. I would beg to differ. I see it happen all the time, and I feel it in the many ways that all of you lift this experience for me, just by being who you are. I spend a fair amount of my time thinking and about speaking, and then actually speaking, to a wide range of Brooks School audiences and groups. This includes faculty and staff at times, and all of you here in chapel a handful of times each year. It also includes a lot of speaking to and with alums, trustees, parents, guardians, and prospective students and families in a range of different settings and circumstances. I enjoy being in position to spend time with such a wide range of people who care about and/or are curious about our school. And when I'm in these different types of settings, often far away from our campus, you are the subject matter. You and the experience you're having here is what our extended community is most interested in. Above all else, I want these groups who don't live the school's life on a daily basis to feel what I feel, a deep pride in our school, a deep pride in those I work with here at Brooks, and a deep pride in who you are and what you do, how you contribute to community, belonging, and mattering. I do this by trying to tell stories, by sharing anecdotes, by pointing us in the direction of what brings me joy and leaves me feeling so fortunate and thankful to share the school with you. With that in mind, I'd like to highlight some of what I have observed, been a part of, that has filled me this fall, that has made me feel so grateful to be here, that has brought me joy. Here goes. I'm grateful for sixth formers who bring karaoke machines to head of school open houses. This has never happened before, and I've wondered whether Mr. Ashburn on the wall in the back of the chapel would approve. You could ask him on your way out this morning. I'm grateful for Western weekends and block parties and student-faculty volleyball matches and just about anything that brings large numbers of us together for fun in the midst of all the hard work we do. I'm grateful for the creative genius of our arts department, who do so much to provide escapes into exhibits or concerts or even to the boathouse to enjoy Into the Woods in the Woods, as Miss Hill described it. I'm grateful for Mr. Chapman's equanimity, you can look it up later, and his talent for coming up with moving readings and clever lyrics to hymns we all enjoy. I'm grateful for the many of you who say hello to me and to one another as you move up and down Main Street. I don't think it's a small thing, and it says a lot about who we are. I'm grateful for your patience as I fumble through some names on Main Street and turn over hundreds of Brooks Bucks. Hang in there with me, I will get there. I'm grateful for student chapel talks that reveal courage that I was nowhere near having when I was your age, and an accompanying confidence in this community that makes my heart swell. I'm grateful for the girls' third soccer team who practice behind my home on campus and never fail to bring me joy when seeing how they interact and so clearly enjoy being with one another every single day. I'm grateful for Marcus's willingness to take this picture with me at the first open house of the year. With the cartoon character version of me in the middle, it reads, and I quote, "Deep engagement means not letting Pack eat cookie dough alone." I love that. I'm grateful to everyone who shared such amazing pictures of their Chipotle Challenge adventure, and to the girls' JV field hockey team in particular for including this picture of me in their video. I'm grateful every time I see S.A. Olobasela and she tells me her streak of great days has continued. How many days? 54 straight days. Great days. I'm grateful to be part of a school with alums like Nate Gibley, class of 2014, and so many others who have done so much so well with others in mind throughout their lives. And I'm grateful for my two most overused stories of the fall when talking with the many who care about Brooks from beyond our campus. The first happened at lunch in September, when I emerged from the servery with my lunch in hand and no vacancy at any of the tables faculty members typically sit at. So I made my way to an empty table. I took the courageous step of sitting down by myself, and then, without prompting, 5 third-form boys made their way over to my table. One of them asked, "Mr. Packard, is it okay if we sit down with you?" "Yes," I said with enthusiasm, coupled with a bit of skepticism about what felt like a Brooks Bucks play. They then sat down, and one of them looks at me and says, "You looked pretty lonely." How amazing is that? The second is the barrage of girls' varsity soccer team emails. 30 of them in total, if you're counting. I added them up. They generally begin with some version of, "Dear Mr. Packard, we hope this finds you well." Yeah, sure they do. Then the pleas for head of school holidays begin. "I've gotten no sleep. I'm too tired. I have too much work," etc., etc. To that point in the sequence, I'm sort of hanging in there. Then this one came in after a long rant about the need for a break. And I quote, "You have an opportunity to be our marigold. Don't be the walnut tree." Low blow. A couple of days later, the same person wrote, again I quote, "We only lost because," but not because the word BC, "we only lost BC," which means because if you don't know, letter U, which means you if you don't know that, "didn't give us a heads holiday on Tuesday. Not fair. Not fair," and that did me in. So I sent my video calling school off, declared myself to be the marigold that I am, loved hearing the roars on campus, bumped into Miss Sacco on Main Street, who showed me the video of the scene on the girls' soccer team bus when the news made it to their phones, and finished the night with this email from a team member in capital letters. "Thank you. You are the GOAT." There is more, of course, but I don't want to run on all day. The point here is that I am with, when I am with, the many who care about the school and don't experience it every day. I want them to know how hardworking you are, how talented you are, how much you care about and pour yourselves into the parts of the whole school you are invested in. I share these types of stories and anecdotes because they illuminate your spirit. They speak to who you are in such wonderful ways. I tell alums I see from time to time, a number of them last night, that you care about and are proud of your school in the same ways they were years and decades earlier. You are such worthy successors to all of them, and I want them to know how proud of you they should be. As we head into this Thanksgiving break, I will be thankful for time with my now young adult children, Kate, who graduated from Brooks in 2018, and Elizabeth, who graduated from Brooks in 2021. I find myself increasingly grateful for any time I have with them as their lives continue to move forward. I will also be thankful, deeply thankful, for my wife, and the center of my life, Mrs. Packard, who graduated from Brooks in 1987. I'm the only person who didn't go to Brooks, and with whom I will celebrate our 30th wedding anniversary on Tuesday of next week. And I will certainly be thankful for all of you in the many, many, many ways you enrich my life every single day. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.